this is Arielle Live TV, live every Thursday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. at Arielle Network. And today I got to invite someone to co-host my show today. Wanna introduce it to you, no other than
Mack Miller.
Mack Miller is a running candidate Assemblyman District 5. Don't forget, District 5, a very good looking man, a husband, have two children, and an outgoing, outspoken, used to be a radio host until today, correct?
Right, I was. I hosted two shows actually.
Oh, wow.
I hosted live on KLAV. I hosted
I
the Legal
know.
Briefs and I hosted the Happy Hour.
Happy hour. You can be good in a happy hour because you are more enthusiastic than me.
Oh,
Maybe I had to drink the
have
CBD.
you have a CBD?
CBD water is made by one of my distributor here in Las Vegas, manufacturing all beverage company.
Oh, wow.
So we have CBD, we have hemp to go. This is actually healthy and makes me stronger.
Him to go.
Yes, hemp to go.
I
Yes.
love it.
And we have different type of flavors. Name it, all the fruits, and it's really good for your health.
Well, listen, all you guys out there carrying around that water bottle,
Yes.
this is probably the one you need to be carrying around instead because it's going to do something for your bodies, keep
It's
you all energized.
electrolyte.
Right, to keep you energized, and then
And
you
makes
won't
you
get all
look
those toxins.
younger. Yes.
You won't
it
have all
makes
those
you look
toxins. So,
younger.
I mean,
yes.
you know, I can't even drink regular water. So, just so you know, I've had this, and the results
It's really
were amazing.
good. It is.
So-
Imagine that. I drove from Las Vegas to Texas to Oregon to California, Las Vegas. And guess what? My body is like energizer.
This is what you
A
had.
pink battery energizer.
That's the pink bunny.
Correct. Pink body.
And this is
yes.
what was on the road trip.
Yes, I actually had different flavor. I like the mango flavor. You know why? You can put the lemon in it and a little bit salt, and it's so tasty.
Mango.
Yes.
You've got a mango
We
flavor.
have
What are the flavors?
pomegranate. We have fruit
That's
passion.
mine. That's mine.
I
Pomegranate.
have a lot of those. Pomegranates
Pomegranate's
is
mine.
delicious.
So you guys better call in and get yours because I'm gonna get all the pomegranate right
And
now.
we also have vodka, wine and spirit,
Uh-oh.
anything you want, name it.
Oh no! Should we be talking about vodka?
We should be drinking.
It's
huh?
only noon, but it's 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock
Yes,
somewhere, right?
yes. Yeah. Well, imagine it's so hot today. Yesterday, it's like, wow, if I don't drink my CBD water, I will be like draining and like slow. Makes you tired, make you feel sleepy.
Yeah, that's true. Heat does that too. Heat makes people a little lazy. So you know what you do to combat that? Call up Arielle, get some vodka, and have some of the have some hemp water on the side. So
Yeah, CBD water.
make a pomegranate
Yes,
martini
yes.
with the pomegranate hemp water and the
Yes,
vodka that
yes,
she's got.
Yes. Well, anyway, let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about the school. I'm so happy that finally these children are not going to be bored anymore, not giving me a hard time, especially my daughter. She kept saying, I'm bored, Mom. Then I said, do the laundry.
Read a book.
No, Mom.
Do the laundry. You said do the laundry. My
Yeah.
mom always said read a book. So whenever I said I was bored, she'd say read a book.
No, because there's already the computer. I said, instead of you're in computer and you're chatting, you're recording, it costs me money.
Do the laundry. Well,
Well,
yeah.
so what do you think about this decision of Board of Education that finally this coming August 24,
Right.
that the kids can come back and learn and have that idea that, wow, no matter what distance and
Well, we had to get them in school for sure. The decision that the board made was unanimous to make sure that they do a 100% virtual. 100% virtual education this year.
did he just draw my technical director?
And they just
Did you just cover? He didn't even like duck.
That's
like
going to
a
make the
duck?
blooper reel.
Yeah. Did he just do that? All right, I'm sorry. Go back.
That's going to make the blooper
Yeah,
reel
let's
for
go-
sure. At
let's
least it
go.
wasn't me, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so the district made a unanimous vote.
Correct.
And so the unanimous vote was to come back on August 24th at
Right.
full virtual, 100% virtual. Now, I will say this, as of this morning, I actually found out this morning, I specifically asked, I said, now, when this pandemic started, they had virtual school, but it was 1 hour a day.
1 hour a day.
And I said, now, if we're going full virtual, there's no way our kids can just be having classes for 1 hour a day. So they said, no. there's a plan. It's not going to be 1 hour a day.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be multiple hours and different instruction, but
Uh-huh.
it'll be virtual nonetheless. I said, okay, well, I'm going to keep an eye out because I know that we've got these unions, the teachers' unions and so forth, that are always advocating and protesting, or particularly advocating to raise their salary, agree with the contracts that were negotiated last year, keep their salary, keep their salary. I have nothing against that.
Uh-huh.
But you and me both know, Arielle, that if I have a business and I'm only going to have my employee work an hour a day, I'm not paying them for 8 hours a day. So I just wanted to keep an eye on that to make sure that our
Correct,
kids got a
correct.
lesson plan for the full day, even if it was virtual, because if we're going to continue to pay the teachers, then we need to continue to have our kids being educated at full time.
Maybe at least the regular hour that they
Right,
have,
exactly.
9 to 4 or
Well,
9 to 3.
3:15 or something
Yeah,
like that.
3:15, 9 to 3,
Exactly.
normal.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's virtual, it's still an
Exactly.
education for them.
It's better
So they
than
should
nothing.
have 9 to 3 regular time.
Yes.
We should not cut those hours.
Better than nothing.
Correct.
I
We
mean,
should not cut
we
those
would all
hours.
prefer in person. We want our kids to have that interaction, and they're missing their buddies and their friends.
Correct.
And you know, we know really they're just missing recess. But
Well, before we're gonna go, listen.
All right.
I just want to say thank you to our friend, dear friend, Anne from our
Wonderful.
network to having a breakfast with us today. That's a
Yes,
wonderful
it was
breakfast
fantastic.
with our technical director also. But let's go back to the education. So I mean, I was so happy when they decided that, and I actually made the comment because they always sent us, opinion, votes. I said, no, until the government, until the whole state says no more masks, right?
Right.
I will not allow my daughter to be on the crowd or to be
Right.
inside the school.
Right.
So I said, on my opinion, I said they can do virtual or they can
Exactly.
do Zoom or whatever that the education provided technology. After all, this is a technology. So I think it's better that way.
I think, well, again, I'm all for school choice, and I've been a school choice supporter for years, and obviously that means a little something different.
Correct.
But I support a parent's choice not only for where their child gets their education, but all and to have the opportunity to have multiple places to get their
Correct.
education. But under this pandemic, I also support the parent's right to choose on whether they want their child to actually go into the school and be social distance with other, class sizes being reduced, or if they chose to have their child only learn by virtual means. So if the option was there, because it's everything, that's one thing about America. Options is our country.
Correct.
So if the option was there, I'd support the option for if you chose to have your child take only the virtual classes, great, I support that. I would choose to let my daughter go in, with the social distancing so she can still
Well,
have the
no,
engagement.
no, because you know why? Kids can be a kids.
Right.
No matter what, they touch everything. You cannot tell them not to touch something, not to be around with next to each other.
Right.
These are kids.
Right.
They cannot hold themselves just to hug or kiss or shake hands. No one can stop that. Tell me.
And that brings me to this next point. We don't. I want someone to let me know because I don't know everything. I'm not a
Okay.
doctor. However, I haven't seen anything in the media. Not that I really trust the media, but I haven't seen anything in the media that has even given us a glimpse of what the numbers are for elementary school students contracting coronavirus.
Well, in the Philippines, let me talk about Philippines because I watched their news. In one city only, okay, one city, they have 2,000 infected of COVID. That's just like a small town.
But were there children?
Probably there's some children also.
I like how you said probably.
Probably
If
there's
those
some children also.
If there were children being infected, and I believe that would be a highlight in the media, because that's the number one reason.
Come on,
why.
media will not do that. The only thing they're gonna highlight right now because it's candidacy, voting. They're gonna talk about how bad Trump is.
But that's
They're
just
gonna
it.
talk about that Trump killed people. They're gonna talk about that Trump did this, did that.
Well,
They were
wouldn't
not
it-
gonna highlight that.
So wouldn't it serve them to their benefit to increase those numbers of the people being infected and actually report the kids that are being infected by coronavirus? It would only drive the numbers up, right? Which would further hurt Trump. So I don't think that if those numbers existed, they would report it. That's what I believe. And
Well,
I don't think those numbers exist.
maybe, and maybe not, because the whole thing they actually reported is when there's rioting, when there's bashing
How many elementary
Trump.
school students are involved in the riots?
There's no there's no students.
But
They
if
are
there
the
were, if there were
adults.
elementary school students involved in those riots, do you think the media would report it?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
why wouldn't they report the children or elementary school students getting coronavirus?
Because you know what? That's not much their concern. They didn't even talk about the education at
Well, we
all.
always know that the concern of the media isn't facts.
Yeah,
So that's why they wouldn't report it.
That's why that's why they are just saying fake news so that people can read it and watch it without no fake news, without no bashing everyone. No one will watch them. They need to be able to have a bad shows for the people, the public, the citizen to watch the shows.
So I think we've got two ways to look at this.
Okay.
If they weren't fake news and they reported accurately, and they're not reporting children being infected, and that's accurate, then the possibility of the children getting infected is very minuscule, which means that they're okay to be in school. Now, let's say if they wanted to really hurt this administration by reporting higher numbers, wouldn't you think they'd report even if there were kids being infected? That would be their incentive to actually report it. So either way it goes,
They should, right? They should.
right, they should, but they should report it. But either one, you're saying that children are being affected and they're not reporting it, or you're saying that children aren't getting infected. So which is it? If children aren't getting infected, then they shouldn't have a problem being in the school. Now, if children are getting infected and the media isn't reporting on it, then
yeah.
that's fake news.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you agree? Okay, your opinion. Do you agree that the kids get back to school now?
I agree, and I believe that we could do what we had in the past. Over the last couple of weeks, there were talks about us starting the school session in the Clark County School District, having where they take part of the students for 3 days a week and have virtual lesson plans. And then those students that had virtual lesson plans for 3 days a week would come into the school for 2 days a week. So they were going to rotate them out. So
Are they gonna wear a mask?
well, I mean,
Because you and I,
well, here's the thing.
You and
Remember,
I, it's
even
so
the
hard to
governor's
put
mandate,
that.
even the governor's mandate said that if the child was under 9, they didn't have to wear a mask. Elementary school.
isn't it? That's wait. Let me say this one. Wait a minute. I think we're being stupid now. If everybody wearing a mask and then the kids are not gonna wear a mask, what's gonna happen?
Isn't that a question for the governor? So
Yeah,
either you wear a mask or
Governor,
you don't wear a
wait
mask.
a minute, Governor. Mr. Governor says like we love you dearly because we put
No,
you on
we
that.
don't. She
Wait.
loves you dearly.
No.
I don't.
Well, I'm just only saying that because he is already in a position.
Okay.
He
We
is already,
respect
we
your
respect
position.
that,
I
yeah.
will respect you as the governor and the executive
Yeah,
branch of
we
the state.
cannot kick him out yet unless
Okay.
someone, the government, kick him out,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Unless another election, then everybody can kick him out.
Okay.
Someone put him there to be on that
Yes,
position
exactly.
to lead this state.
Okay.
So now we have to respect that.
Yes.
Okay? We got to love each other. That's
And
the
to your
reason why.
point-
Yeah, and to my faith, our relationship should be compressed into one. I know Democrat doesn't like that, but then again, what can we do? Democrat wants Trump from day one before he become a president. They want them to be impeached. So let's go back to this state. So now if Governor Sisolak said wear a mask, and then now he doesn't require the kids to wear a mask.
Right.
I mean that's stupid,
In
isn't
the
it?
same mandate, though. It's not like he said everybody wear a mask, and then later he said, oh, if you're under 9, you don't have to wear one. In the same mandate, when he made the mask mandate back 3 weeks ago or however long it was, in that mandate it says, it gives the exceptions. By the way, there are more exceptions than you can imagine. There are exceptions that say if you have a health condition. It also states that not only if you have a health condition, you're not required to wear the mask, but no business can inquire or verify your health condition if you say you have a health condition.
Of course
to
I'm
wear the
gonna lie. What am I had so that I can be around with people? I'm gonna lie. I don't want to be excluded. Come on,
so
you know.
I mean, I'm sure there's people
It's
out
like
there
I
who
have
are
a disease.
right. And listen, the America with Disabilities Act states that if you have a medical condition, and according to the HIPAA requirements, no one's allowed to ask you for verification of that.
Correct. That's why I'm gonna lie.
So, well, I don't think she's gonna lie now because the world knows. But seriously, listen. I have a history of asthma. Okay, and listen, I've been advised, hey, I can't wear. You shouldn't be wearing the mask because you already have
have
a
a
restrict.
breathe.
I've got to be
Yes, that
free to breathe. I've got to
energy,
be
yeah.
free to breathe. But that doesn't mean because I have that medical condition that I'm going to put that on somebody else. My question is this. Here's the thing. If any mask, if we can use anything, because that mandate from the governor, it specifically says you can use anything as a face covering. That's a scarf, a towel, that's anything that covers your nose and mouth.
Correct.
Now, anything, if you can use anything, then that pretty much means to me that nothing works. And, I mean, because you don't, if you're getting surgery and your surgeon says, oh, we're out of masks, I'm going to just use an old hanky. I mean, I don't know. And even medical professionals, they change that mask out.
I
And
have
they
a lot
to
of
change
masks
it
that
out
I
every hour.
special, yeah.
Every hour.
But I mean, the kids shouldn't be wearing a mask. I mean, the kids should not be in a school 100% full time, correct? Then they should be protected. If the government has a budget for them to have a hand wash, sanitizer, or a mask that support with the government, after all, it's so cheap. PPA is so cheap.
Here's the
It's
thing.
just a protection.
We've been told, well, at least I was told, from my grandmother to my mother to my father, all my family, we always grew up with don't touch that, keep your hands out of your face,
Yeah.
wash your hands. You go on an
Yeah.
escalator, don't touch the escalator. So many people touch the escalator. When you go to the restroom, wash your hands, grab the paper towel, then turn the water off. Throw it away. How about the old come out of the door with your foot, throw the paper in the trash? You never touch anything.
Well, yeah, in
Before the
healthcare,
pandemic.
yes, we had to touch after you wash your hands, you had to use your elbow to close it, or get a paper towel and touch the sink,
These are the stuff that the CDC is putting out for us to do. Didn't take a medical degree to know. Okay? You didn't have to be Dr. Fauci
Correct.
to know not to touch the bathroom doorknobs and then touch your face. I just touched my face. Wow. But I haven't touched anything. I've had hand sanitizer. I walked in, hand sanitizer, and sat right in this chair. But it does not take a medical professional to know that you
yeah.
don't walk around in society touching everything and then putting only a 2-year-old is going to walk around touching everything and putting their hands in their mouth, which, by the way, is what built up their immune system in the first place.
Correct. So, what do you think is the best? What do you think is the best for the governor to decide? Wearing a mask or not wearing a mask? Which
You know what
one?
I think? You know what I think the best should be? The best
Yeah.
should be the governor should let us actually do one thing that this country was founded on. Let us practice our constitutional freedoms of choice.
Like the
If-
CCRP when we had the Lincoln Party,
Exactly.
everybody have a choice.
You have a
Nobody
choice.
want, they don't want to
You have
wear a
choice.
mask.
And
it's
we
that's their
complied.
choice.
Now,
Yeah.
we complied because the compliance is, here's the thing with the mandate, the governor's mandate, because everyone out there knows
Correct.
that the virus is only present while you're standing and if you're not eating. Keep in mind now, if you're not eating or you're standing, that's when the virus is present. Because in accordance to the mandate, as soon as you walk in and sit down, you don't have to have on a mask. The minute it specifically states in the mandate that if you're patronizing a business and utilizing their service that requires the use of your face, you don't need to wear the mask. So I guess the virus knows how to read government mandates because it's complying very well. It's making sure that,
You're crook.
okay,
You're in
we've got
trouble.
something that we need to utilize our mouth for, so we don't need to have a mask on. Matter of fact, do you mind? I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
buy this.
sure,
I'm gonna
sure.
buy this because,
Yeah,
Governor, I
that's
want to
yours,
comply
that's
with your
yours, that's
mandate.
yours.
I want to make sure to comply with your mandate. I'm utilizing a
Me too, I like
service.
to drink this.
Mm.
This is hemp to go, and we have CBD if you
Oh
want to
man,
order.
I feel the virus is just disappearing right
No,
away.
this is just a hemp to go, so you need to have
So,
the CBD.
okay. Well, I'm just following the governor's mandate. It says in the mandate. If you want to look it up, call my office. You can go to mackmillerfornevada.com. I'll be more than happy to share the mandate with you verbatim, unedited, where you'll actually see that it stipulates when you enter a business, you must be wearing your mask. And in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the Philippines, and all over the world that are viewing this show,
Yeah.
wear your mask when you walk in that door. But be sure to buy something to drink or eat so that that virus disappears. Okay?
Anyway, Governor, what do you want us to do? Because we just follow your leads. If you think the best for us to wear masks, but what about the kids?
Right, exactly.
What
The
about
kids
the
eat
little
too.
baby?
But well, you know what? Last time I've got two little girls and they're always snacking. So I just let her have snacks and treats all day long so the virus stays away from her.
Okay, stop bashing the mask.
Okay.
Let's talk about the business. So what do you think about the business? A lot of people is still not opening their door.
Right.
And they are hurting, and some of them completely close the door. How
Yes.
do you think the government can help them back? If others, listen to this, the government are very selective. The people who they hire inside of that government, they are selecting just like that. We can, small people can even apply.
Right. Here's the thing. The governor the governors I'm not just now Governor Sisolak, I'm not just going to bash on you. I
It's okay
understand.
to bash him.
Well,
It's
no, I
okay,
know
yeah.
it's okay to bash him. I
Yeah,
do it
it's
for a
okay,
living.
it's okay,
But
yeah.
the thing is, I'm not going to just attack our governor. Okay, the governor's got a very hard choice to make. He's got hard
Correct,
decisions to make
correct.
every day. I understand that.
And also
I
the
respect
mayor,
that.
of course,
and
the mayor.
exactly.
The mayor, the governor, the
the
mayor.
chair of our county commission. They all have decisions to make, and they're getting attacked left and right. I get it. Here's the thing. Businesses are suffering. Okay, there are programs to help businesses out there with the city, with the state, with the county. All of those programs are taking funds from the CARES Act that the federal government has supplied to our state in order to use for anything that was negatively affected by this pandemic. Okay, somebody's going to get mad at me because I almost did an air quote when I said pandemic, but but what am I going to do with my hands?
You're in trouble to the governor.
Well,
right away.
right. Well, I was in trouble a long time ago with
Okay.
that. But I think that the problem that we're having, the big problem is that a lot of people don't understand that just because you have a small business, you're not rich. We've heard of living paycheck to paycheck, right?
Yeah.
We've heard that there's people out there that live paycheck to paycheck. There are
Correct.
businesses out there that live rent month to rent month.
Correct.
They literally have enough business to cover paying all their salaries for their staff and their expenses, and maybe a little bit to pay the owner's own rent and food for his children or her children. And the minute we have a month where we have zero income, it not only affects the employees, and by the way, it affects the business owner more so than the employees, because the employees immediately, for those who were successful at getting their either PUA or their unemployment check, we had a system that was so old that it locked up. The computer systems for Dieter were so they were so old that people couldn't get online to get their benefits for unemployment. Now we're having a problem with PUA, and that's for the gig workers, right? To get their money because they don't qualify for the same money as unemployment. And just as recently as, if I'm correct, Monday, a district court ruling found that Nevada has to pay those PUA workers.
Really?
I have been working my butt off for the last couple of weeks for people that have been calling my office, and for free, I have taken it. I said, listen, I can't help you, but I tell you what, here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to charge you. And I've been taking power of attorneys in from people, not even in my district, but just people all over the state, and using that to call in and to have my staff, instead of my constituents holding for hours on end and calling 1,000 times a piece, I've paid my staff just to call in for those people that have asked for my help to get information and expedite their benefits.
Well, that's a good thing about you, Mac. You have all those resources
Thank God.
that you share to the community.
Yes.
And the beauty about it, last week conversation we had, there is actually help coming from the government that all those people are behind, or all those people who has mortgage and
Rent.
rental and all those things, there's a help.
Yes.
So all they had to do is apply for it to
Exactly.
get the benefits of it, so
If
that they cannot be behind
if
and catch up.
if you're not familiar with what Arielle
Yeah.
is saying, in the last show we had mentioned that the city of Las Vegas has started a program where if you need help with your rent or your mortgage, you can reach out to the city of Las Vegas and apply. It's in pre-application stage right now, meaning they're accepting applications in advance. The pre-stage is before the 30th of this month, I believe, but it's first come, first serve. If you ask where that money is coming from, it's coming from all of us. It's coming from you. Why? Because the government does not provide a service or a product. The money that we get back from the government is our money to begin with. So this is from a $50 million, I believe, CARES grant or whatever from the federal government that the city of Las Vegas wisely said, you know what, we can use it for anybody that it's got to be used to take care of anything that was as a result of the pandemic. So we're going to open it up to the city, and we're going to give this money to people to help them pay their rent and their mortgage. So contact the city of Las Vegas. Victoria Siemens, a representative there. So is Stavros Anthony. He's a city
Yeah,
councilman.
I love that man.
Yes.
Anthony, I love you, man.
Yes, Stavros Anthony and
Yes. And
Victoria
Victoria is
Siemens.
nice too. I didn't have a chance to interview her on that night on
Yes,
CCRT.
and let's not forget Michelle Fiore. I know, there's been
Michelle
some heat,
also. There are
but
three of them,
they
right?
are good.
Three?
Yes, it's three. There's six, but there's three that do a lot of really, really, really good work, including our mayor. So I'm plugging them.
Well,
Okay.
thank you. You know what?
I
This
need
is
my martini.
yeah. This is not bad thing then. That you don't complain paying taxes, because this taxes actually is giving back to the community, especially in this
Right.
pandemic. That there you go. Everyone go to the city of Las
City of
Vegas,
Las Vegas website.
because this is a three dimension. They can go to North Las Vegas. They can go to Henderson
Well, I'm not sure
City,
about.
or it's just one
I'm not.
location.
I'm not familiar if the city of
One
Henderson
one
or the city
location?
of North Las Vegas is offering the same program.
Really?
I'm not sure because remember, while we like to think this is all just Las Vegas, we actually have three cities with their
Correct.
own
Three
government.
dimension. Yeah,
Right.
they own their
They
own
have
city.
their own cities and their own city council, their own
Yes.
mayors. So we have three mayors here. We have the city of Las Vegas mayor,
John
city of
Lee,
North Las
North
Vegas
Las
mayor,
Vegas.
and
I don't know
Deborah
who's
March.
Henderson.
Deborah March is the mayor in
Oh,
Henderson.
I see. Okay.
So if you're living in Henderson or you're living in North Las Vegas, reach out to your respective city councils and find out if they have a similar program.
See, this is the beauty about of my show, Arielle Live TV, because we can actually give and feed the community what's going on in our community.
Yes.
It's a diverse. I mean, I thank you for that, because you can actually reach out to. Hey, Assemblyman District 5,
Assembly
reach
District
him
5.
out.
Don't forget Mack Miller. There's two Millers on the ballot in November. Remember Mack. It really is. There's two Millers.
Really?
My opponent is a Miller.
Oh no.
Now, I'm not going to say anything more than that. But my opponent is a Miller. So there's two Millers. Just remember Mack Miller. Remember the guy. That's the one. That's
Can
your
we
guy. Mack's got your
specify the
back.
black guy or?
You can't because my opponent is also black.
Oh no, maybe we can identify
But that's
good-looking
okay.
guy.
Well, that's okay because they don't put pictures on the ballot. So since they don't put pictures on the ballot,
Mac,
just remember,
M-A-C,
remember Max
mac and
got your
cheese.
back. Just remember Max got your back.
All right, that's the beauty about Mac, giving you what's going on in our community. There you go. Don't stress out. Don't be depressed. There is a help of the city of Las Vegas. Now, reach out North Las Vegas Mayor, reach out Henderson Mayor, because it's a
Exactly.
three dimension of this city, the beautiful city of Las Vegas.
Exactly.
Well, let's talk about the problem that going on. There's still rioting. There's still these kids, and I consider them a kids because they're not really being smart. They're destroying America.
They may be 40 and 50 years old, but
No, they're not. They're actually young, because you know what? Robert Strauder, Congressional District 1, running against Dinah Titus. We did actually visit the rally happen in Las Vegas. I don't say those ages. They're actually probably 18, 19, 20, 23, 24. They're young
Very
generation.
young
So that means this young generation, they only want to do looting.
well,
They don't have brain. What are they trying to accomplish if they are ruining the city and every state?
if you want my opinion,
Okay. Go ahead.
I just think they're bored. Be honest with you. I
Do you
think they're
think so? They're
bored.
bored.
I think they're bored. They need something to do.
Yeah, and always they like to steal all this name brand.
Yeah, I mean,
Imagine I went to town center. My friend wants to buy a watch, a Mack watch, right? I'm Apple.
Apple, okay.
Guess what? It's completely empty.
Sold
The
out.
only thing, no, they closed down.
Oh, they
they
closed.
remove all their stuff
Oh
because
yeah,
they're scared.
they don't want to be vandalized.
Correct.
Right.
Because these kids, they're vandalizing the name brand.
Right.
Nike,
Right.
Gucci,
Nothing
everything.
that's a necessity now.
Yeah.
Just, just something to floss with.
Yeah.
The term flossing, is show off, right? So just to show off, like, yeah, I'm showing off with a stolen Mac watch. I mean,
It's embarrassing.
Which, by the way, if anyone knows anything about technology, I think it's that generation. Who's going to steal something that's tracking you? I mean, right? I might as well steal a LoJack.
Oh, wait,
I mean,
they burned the Wells Fargo Bank in San Diego.
Right, exactly.
See how these kids are they're taking advantage of using George Floyd.
Right.
Because they've been doing that from day one. Look at Rodney King.
Right. There's
They
so
burned
many things.
the
And
city
Rodney
of
King
Los
didn't give any
Angeles.
of you a dime. Okay? He got all that money, didn't give any of you a
They
dime.
they never give he never give nothing. Yeah,
But Rodney King, that was a travesty there. But the thing is, and luckily he didn't die. I mean, he eventually died as a result of all the money he got from the lawsuit.
because
because
he
of
still
drugs.
drugs.
But
Taking drugs.
but it didn't. Yeah, it didn't go back into South Central. That's for sure. Well, actually, technically, it did. That's probably where he bought his drugs. Here's the thing. Well, there's all kinds of ways to give back. Okay, you know. So I'm just keeping it real. Okay, there's all kinds of ways to give back.
Yeah. And George
Malt
Floyd.
liquor sales went up. Don't get mad at me. Look, I'm just telling things that
Well,
people
you know
don't
what?
want to say.
You're
They're
making a
thinking.
point. You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's continue with this conversation and discrimination or those things. Let's stop in this one. Let's stop in. Okay. These people are just using that excuses. We pass those situations. If we still in the criteria of discrimination, don't you think so? I'm not gonna marry Asian. I'm not gonna marry a black man. I'm not gonna date a black man.
Thank you.
It is not discrimination.
Oh.
This is only stupidity using by politicians.
Exactly. It's propaganda.
Propaganda of the
to take
stupid
advantage of a
politicians.
circumstance.
Bureaucracy.
Exactly. I mean, the thing is this. So you've got a guy out there who's crying racism and his girlfriend's Asian. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
what
think
kind
about that.
Well, but she's a minority, so I'm gonna give him that.
So you're a minority too.
And I'm a
I'm a
minority.
minority too.
And then you have people out there. Listen, there was a lawsuit filed by 55 or 60 different Asian groups against Harvard University.
Okay.
And I won't go. I will talk about that later. Let me stick on this purpose.
Yeah, let's
of
just
the-
take
of
on
the
this one.
racism.
Continuation.
So,
Yeah.
so
Racist.
my question is this. I'm going to point out something. I want everybody to look this up, okay? When we're only seeing pretty much two demographics out there rioting and protesting for Black Lives Matter, which, again, I am going to stick with the statement of all lives matter.
Correct.
Then
I like that.
Then I
Yeah.
saw an ad that said, countering that, well, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. I get it. Okay? Here's the thing. I believe in reparations.
Correct.
But here's how I believe. Reparations, okay? There should be two things going on here. If you were ever a slave, you should get paid. If you ever owned a slave, you should do the paying. Nobody else needs to be involved. Nobody
Absolutely,
else. But we don't
correct.
have anybody that's been a slave left on this in this country, and we don't have anybody that's owned a slave in this country. So let's let it go. Let's move forward. Let's focus on making things better. We right now in 2020 have it better than my mother did, than my grandmother did, than your mother and your grandmother, but they're denying that. They're trying to make it seem as though we're worse off
They're
than
feeling
50,
like they're
60 years
left.
ago.
They're left behind. What about the other country? What about the other nationalities are here?
Go visit China. Go
Yeah.
visit India. Go visit Vietnam. Go visit Pakistan. Go visit
Philippines.
the Philippines. Go visit other countries
We
where
don't
to this day,
discriminate. We don't discriminate.
but
We don't do that.
go to countries where to this day, if you are homosexual, they will stone you.
Correct.
Go to a country in 2020
Correct.
that if you look at another person's wife, the wife can get stoned.
Yes.
Go to another country. As a matter of fact, I think in
Wait, Saudi.
I was just about to say.
Afghanistan,
They just
Iran,
allowed women to
Iraq,
drive.
Pakistan.
They just allowed last year
Yeah.
women to drive.
If you come here in our country, I like this conversation.
You
What is
see
our
this
country
globe?
here? Yeah.
You see this globe?
This globe, yes.
The world is more than just America. And for those young people out there that have never been outside of our country's border, I challenge you to take a trip outside of this country's border and see what things are actually like in other countries. You will come back and kiss the ground you land on when you come back into the United States of America. Why do you think our borders are the ones that we have so many people clamoring to come to this great nation? Do you think you clamor to go somewhere that's bad?
Of course not.
Of course not. You've never been outside of this country, so you don't know what it's like. The people the people that risk their lives on makeshift rafts over the ocean to come into this country. You think you'd risk your life to come to a country that was going to treat you bad?
No way.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Think, people. Think.
And this is the only country allowing everybody to rule their own world.
Thank you.
Where can you find that? You know, I mean, I'm not against the Muslim because I have a lot of friends that are Muslim, especially Mama Ali. I love you. I know you're waiting for me to put in my show. Now we can do that this week. I'm hoping. I love you. This is the wife of Muhammad Ali.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
oh, wow.
I got to meet that from Alan Woodman.
Oh.
But the beauty about it, there's a beauty of a Muslim. There's a bad Muslim. There's bad nationality. There's good nationality. It's actually mixed. I don't know what to think. But, you know, if you come to this country, my country now, okay, either I'm a Filipino, of course I will not, I'm still Filipino. Other country doesn't allow women to be beautiful. You guys are slave in other country, but I cannot mention the name of the country. But why you guys want to be slave on your own country? And then when you come here in our country, you want us to be slave too, because I heard and I see it, they want to have a Sharia law. How do you call it?
Sharia law.
Sharia law.
Sharia
Why?
law.
So that I can slap you and hit you back and forth?
Well,
that's a slave. That's how you call a slave.
Yes, exactly.
That's a slave, guys. Come on. If you think Black Lives Matter, I don't think so. I don't agree, because we are all dating different nationality.
We all matter.
And married to a different nationality. All lives are
My
matter.
first wife was Muslim.
Well, how many wives do you have? My first wife. What are you talking about? How many wives do you have?
My first wife was Muslim. I'm married to my third wife. Final.
Wait a minute. Third wife? Are you gonna have a fourth or five?
No. The plan is not to have any more wives. But again, I don't speak from guessing. I don't speak from a platform and assuming what people want to hear. When I speak on something, I speak because I have a personal experience. That's why I can speak so well on it. Not because I just read about it.
Wait a minute. Your first wife is Muslim. Where is she from?
India.
Oh, wow. But did you practice Muslim?
I did not. Well, everything in the house was separated. I mean, the utensils, you know, we didn't. She cooked with different utensils. She cooked with different utensils for her food and different utensils for my food. So there were separate plates and separate things, so that make sure that all of her food, everything was halal for her thing. So because I wasn't giving up bacon. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I mean, I just wasn't doing it. Love triumphs all, but bacon is something. So I wasn't giving it up. Anyway, we had separate everything, and we worked it out. It was easy. We obviously didn't work it out that well, because she's my first wife. But
okay, what about the second wife?
The second wife really had no religion per se, because the second wife was Chinese. Okay,
what about the third wife?
My current wife is Chinese, Japanese, and Hawaiian.
So you love Asian. You love Asian.
I love anyone that will love me back. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I love anybody that will love me back. It doesn't
so
matter.
now let's talk about this. I love this conversation, because this is not considering discrimination anymore. You guys are just taking advantage when George Floyd died.
And I don't blame you. Get
And
them
that
ratings,
guy,
baby.
you know what?
Get them ratings.
I don't
But
like that. I don't like that
it's
guy.
hurting the country.
I don't like that guy, the one he's saying that he's a leader of Black Lives Matter, because he's such a bat head.
Oh,
He's just a bat head. I'm sorry.
a bad head.
Bad head, yeah. I mean, he doesn't consider that, that's not, some black are high profile, okay? And he's lowering down the black people, you know. I mean, he should consider respect everybody. Okay, these people riot, these people looting, taking advantage because you're right, they're bored.
They're bored. We need to, if we could get as much media coverage on the positive things in the communities, right? Here's the thing. Okay,
They're not gonna do that.
I grew up in the poorest part of this city at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up literally within walking distance, like a block away from where we currently have the Martin Luther King statue on Martin Luther King Boulevard, which, by the way, used to be Highland. This is how far I go back. The thing is, I realized that we need to lift each other up. Today at brunch, we were talking, and I said, Latin communities help each other out. Asian communities help each other out. Black communities, we still have so far to go with that. If I get a call in my office from someone, even family, to be honest with you, friends or family, and they call me up and say, I need help with this. Can your office help with that? And I say, well, here's how much it costs. I'll give you a discount. Well, I don't really have any money on that right now because I paid somebody else to do something and it didn't quite get done right. And my first question was, but then why didn't you come to me first? You knew what I did because you called me, but you didn't come to me first. You chose to not support a black business even though you were black, and you called this person, didn't quite get the results you wanted. Now you're out of money. Now you call me. How about you try me first? If you're Latin and you live in Anthem or you live in Green Valley, you go all the way to the east side to do business. If you're Asian and you live in Anthem and you live in Summerlin, you end up going down Spring Mountain and utilizing the businesses there. It's just what happens.
Correct.
But we as a black community tend to, if we still live in the hood and we get a little change in our pocket, the first thing we want to do is leave the hood and go spend that money outside of the hood. And then if we get enough change in our pocket where we can actually move out of the hood, then we never go back to the hood.
Correct.
Well, not me. I still go to Mario's and get my fried catfish. I get my chitlins. I still get my hair cut on Martin Luther King. And Greater New Jerusalem is my home church.
I completely agree with you with that. I speak to different, good and bad. They told me that, do you know we're jealous? I said, why? Because black people doesn't want to help each other. They don't want to see us grow.
Yeah, we've got to
said,
incentivize
really?
it with our own people and our children. You see, children mimic the adults. So you don't have to have a law degree or a medical degree or any, by the way, everything that a doctor learns or a lawyer learns in medical school or law school, you can find in your public library. Okay, you can read the same books. Okay,
Correct.
You can educate yourself. You don't have to pay $100,000 to get educated. Just read, which is
apply it.
And apply it.
Do you know in a court system they will allow you to represent yourself?
Exactly. You can.
And then you're
represent
debating. I'm a friend of mine. Okay, my ex is lawyer. A friend of mine, what he's trying to tell me all the time. Do your contract. You don't need a lawyer. All you have to do, bullet one, bullet two, what you want and what he wants or what she wants,
right.
And then make it as illegal.
I will give a disclaimer on that.
And then go to notary and notarize it.
Okay, true. But here's the disclaimer that I would say, do.
Okay.
Fine. Do your research. Do your bullet one, your bullet two, and your contract, whatever. But instead of spending $5,000 or whatever to hire a lawyer, how about, most lawyers will do this, maybe not in the biggest firms, but some sole practitioners will do this. Call them up and say, I've got this document. How much would you charge me to review it and kind of edit it? Then you can get away with probably a couple $100.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Correct.
go to a big firm and they don't want to handle that because
Fifteen
it's
hundred
nothing.
dollars to twenty
You
five
know, it's well,
hundred.
even in
Yes.
my consulting firm, my initial fee is $7,500,
Uh huh.
and then we knock things down. I've got some attorneys in my office that handle things. But if you were to call up and say, "Listen, I just have this one document to look at, or whatever that way I want,"
Uh
yeah,
huh.
then I can get somebody to look at it for a couple $100, and then at least you know it's been reviewed. I can't tell you how many documents I've seen where someone said, "Well, yeah, my lawyer drafted this up for me," and then I take one look at the first sentence and I think to myself, "No lawyer drafted this up." And I asked the person once, I said, "You got this off of internet, didn't you?" "Well, no, well, no." I said, "Well, your lawyer drafted it?" "Yeah." "Was your lawyer in Nevada?" "Well, yeah." I said, "No, you sure your lawyer wasn't in Louisiana?" "Well, what are you talking about?" And I said, "Why you ask that question?" I said, "Well, I read this document, and I'm going to just tell you, you pulled it off the internet because you pulled the contract, you looked up partnership agreement, you found one that said partnership agreement, you liked it, and you just changed some things. The reason I know that no one in Nevada did it is because it talked about cannons." So what are you talking about? "Well, Louisiana is the only state in our country that uses cannons in the old French code. So it was probably a document that was drafted by a lawyer in Louisiana.
That's
It
so
doesn't apply. We
funny.
have Nevada revised statutes." But
They
so
don't have
just,
to
you
lie.
know,
They just have to tell the truth. Hey,
right.
I need your help.
Yeah.
How much it's gonna cost me to just to drop this,
Yeah,
contract
you'll be
simple agreement?
surprised.
Yeah.
I can refer to
Yeah.
attorneys that I have a relationship with that everyone else might charge you 2,000 or 1,500, and I can get it done for a couple hundred or something like that. It just
Call Mack
depends.
Miller.
So,
Mack Miller is also Assemblyman District 5. Don't forget
Assemblyman
Mack
nominee. Yes, thank you.
Miller.
M A
There's
C
two
K.
Miller. M-A-C-K.
Yes.
Correct. Let's talk about that, the law. My ex, by the way, I represent him on the patent and trademark. So if you have invention, call me and then I can send you the peace agreement from him. Once again, patent and trademark. And let's talk about this company that we're about to launch pretty soon.
Mm,
Our network, Alibaba, right? You had
yes.
Alibaba.
Who hasn't?
Alibaba has many. At first, no one believed him, right?
Right.
Jack Ma. Jack Ma has been reaching out to investors. Say, give me 10,000, give me this, give me that, so I can launch the website
Mm-hmm.
of shopping center.
Mm-hmm.
But do you get paid on the shopping center of Alibaba?
No.
Never, right?
Mm-mm.
But you can buy
No.
cheaper product,
True.
right? Other company. But this our network, what they decided, said, wow, it's about time to give back to the consumer. It's about time to give back to the company that they can make money and also the consumer.
Now, why in
So
the world would they do
basically,
that?
yes, because you know why? It's time for us to do the online shopping. Because of this pandemic, while you shop, you make money.
Did you
Alibaba
hear that?
doesn't pay. Costco doesn't pay you nothing. I pay $100 per Costco. What do I get? Expensive stuff. Because you know what? What I did, I compared Costco. Some in Walmart are together.
It's a door prize. You
Yeah,
pay $100 for Costco
yeah, for 1 year
to walk in
service.
the door. That's their
Correct.
door prize.
Yeah, $100. That's how much I'm paying, $100.
Oh
But
boy.
in our network, you only pay $75.
Okay.
You have your site, you have your own
Now
website.
is that a month?
One time.
What? So okay. See where I went with
75,
that?
the
It was
our
$75
network, think
one
about
time.
this. If the our network, this company doesn't think that it's gonna grow big and it's gonna like,
Right.
better than Alibaba, why Alibaba is part of it?
So
Why
Alibaba,
Nike is part of our
one
network?
of out of two of the largest internet-based companies on the globe, is
Correct.
a part of our network.
Our network, correct.
So let me just get this straight.
And Nike,
So we got a lot of broke people out there that are always skeptical about things,
correct.
and they want to know how they can get better at something or make a little extra money. Well, if you follow a leader and do what they do, and they've already made billions. Well, let me tell you this. If a billionaire told me that he was going to go and buy this water because he liked this water, and he's a billionaire and I'm not, well, I'm going to buy the water. If a billionaire told me that I'm going to take my company and partner with another company, then I know that he sees something that I might not see, but
Correct.
I'm going to partner with that company too.
Correct. You know why? While you shop, where can you find a company offer you while you shop? You get paid. And then if you repair someone, you get paid too. Think about that. Imagine, let's just talk about cellular. Every 6 months, they have a change of technology. In
Yeah,
fact, they have
six.
a Samsung Note 20 coming up. I used to own the cellular company 1996 when all did I mean without manually. Nokia 626, Motorola that the flip that is
The green
huge.
screen.
The green screen. Think about this. Every 6 months,
It changed.
technology changes.
You're right.
And if you buy that to our network is still pay you. Where
Well,
can you find that?
that's a good deal to
And
me.
guess what? And you buy that outside, you get it almost 50%, 50% in your company or lesser than that or more. That's the beauty about it. Isn't
Well,
it?
sounds like a
Where
good
can
deal
you
to
find
me.
that deal that happened on our network?
Watch, I'm gonna get
So
off the phone
now
and
on
look it up.
our network, if you're just gonna become a member, you don't pay nothing. It's completely free. But you still get the discount.
You
You
get the
still get
discounts.
paid for it.
So you can so you can buy through our network for free. You don't have to pay anything, but
Correct.
you get the discounts
Correct.
and you get cash back.
Correct. But if you want to own the business, you sign up only one time, $75, and you can shop in our network.
So
As I
now,
mentioned to you, Nike is part of it.
so the $75, what is that going to get you when you sign
you
up for
own, you
75
have your
bucks?
own website. They will give you your site.
So you
They will
probably get more
support
back.
you.
You probably get even more back.
And you get paid if you sign up other
And-
three people.
and you get
They
paid
will
if you
pay you
sign up
back.
other
So
people, they give
basically,
you-
you didn't pay nothing.
So you didn't pay anything.
Nothing.
Well, if you
And-
guys
and
are
you
out there
save
paying
some money.
$100 a month to Costco, look, give up 1 month and just join our network, test it out. I mean, we
They
know
don't
you're
have to
sitting
pay
at home
now.
with nothing to do.
And
We-
residual income.
We know you're taking your $1,200 check from the government and shopping online anyway.
Correct.
Let the government pay for your membership. $75 out of 1,200, and then go buy yourself for $100 something.
And the
you know?
beauty about this, you can be part of it because you have a law firm. Also have a law firm there. They also have the autos. Let's say you buy a car. Let's say you rent a car. And let's say Hertz affiliate to
So
our
you
network.
can go through our network,
Correct.
because you got to do a road trip
Utilizing.
because you can't fly, because you don't want to be on a plane because you might get the virus.
Correct.
Remember what I told you? All you got to do is keep eating something. But you don't want to fly, so you want to rent a car and drive cross country. And you can go through our network, and we already know it's going to cost you at least $500 to rent something to go cross country. And you're gonna pay gas. You're gonna pay for gas
So
and
that's
food.
the beauty about it.
And every time you do that, you're gonna get money back.
Correct. And you get paid. Imagine, one more thing. Let's say one of the restaurant affiliate to our network. Every time you send people there and eat and they have the bills, you get percentage, you get 1%. If you had 10 people under you, you split that 1% to everybody. That's the beauty about it. We eat almost 24 hours a day, and every minute you eat. Where do you send your people?
You have to eat
Wait
more
a minute.
now.
If you send people to your restaurant, do you get paid?
Right, if I refer
Did
somebody
you
to
just
somebody's
get, wait a minute, did you just get paid there? Nothing, right?
Yeah, I didn't get any
You
money.
just said
we,
that
we
you
just
did.
had brunch and ate. We
But
paid them money.
there you go. Our network in using the restaurant that affiliated to our network, you get paid. So every time you send your people there, you get paid.
I like
Imagine that, the bills, let's say the bills. How much did we pay today? Let's just say $100, okay?
Right?
Did we get paid?
Of course not.
Thank you.
We-
But
we
in
ate,
our
we made money.
network, the affiliated to our network, you get paid. So every time you say, hey, can you go to my restaurant? Really, you have a restaurant? Yes, if you eat there, you get paid.
Sounds good to me, folks. I don't know.
Hey, where do you rent the car? Oh, go to Hertz. We're part of our network. Do you get paid on that one if you send somebody there?
Of course not.
Thank you. So this company actually designed that people can actually participate and make money. So basically, let's say, for example, Alibaba, you don't get paid. Costco, you don't get paid. I pay them.
Wow.
I paid them $100.
Well, I tell you, that's a no-brainer. See, I get to sit back on that one.
And we have also a law firm in here. We have also legal. We have also
Folks,
mortgage.
you heard it here first, maybe for many times from Arielle herself, and I'm hearing it for the first time. And not too many things blow me away. I'm just telling you. I know there's a few people that want to blow me away, but not too many things blow me away. And
So,
this
so
blew me
like
away.
you can be part of the R network. Your firm can be part of the R network, and we get your referral there. And every time you send somebody there, we get paid.
Wow, well, this is interesting.
How
I
many
already,
millions of people on this earth? Because this is around the world.
well, I think Joe Biden said that we lost at least 300 million people to the coronavirus in the United States alone, despite the fact that we only have about
Well, he has
350
a
million people.
dementia. He has dementia. He forgot
so,
what he
so more than half
says.
our population just died from coronavirus.
He
But
has dementia.
um, I think we need to look into it, and I think I'm going to be looking into it. As a matter of
It's
fact,
no brainer why Alibaba wants to be part of it. Think
right?
about it.
Oh yeah.
He see
Well,
the future. He see the $1 billion money again. Why? You know what I mean? Come on, if Nike see the future, why Nike is here?
well, just do it.
Well,
Just do it.
well, I want to welcome. My co-host probably next week, no other than Mack Miller, Assembly District 5. Don't forget the name Mack. And we have another show coming up. Stay tuned. We have Happy Pinoy, Happy Saya, and also we have Rosemary TV. And this is a beauty about it. We're going to be bringing other more shows coming up this week. And I just want to say thank you to you, Mac,
Thank you for inviting
for
me. Of
co-hosting
course.
Arielle Live TV. And I just want to say thank you again. Maybe next week we'll talk about your platform again.
Sure. Of
So
course.
thank you for coming.
Wonderful. Well, you're going to mention your website, but I tell you what, we've got mackmillerfornevada.com. If you want to learn more about my candidacy, that's M-A-C-K Miller, the number 4, and that's fornevada.com. And you know what? I want to invite all of you for the opening of the Tsingtao Beer Festival on August 13th at the Ahern Hotel.
Yes.
Yes.
And by the way, I also connected the Clarence Burgess Owens, who is running Congressional District 4 in Utah, to all my friends, especially Agnes Hegley and Lillian Virgin. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next week. And don't forget to stay tuned to some of the shows coming up. Bye for now.